What is up, everybody? I believe we're live. I believe we're live. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing? Can you all hear me? Let me know. I changed around quite a few things with my setup, and one of the concerns is always, is this going to work? I'd appreciate it. Spin, what's up, dude? Astro, Fell, guys. OG Highland coming in strong. Thank you so much, dude. Really always appreciate it. How are you doing? How's it going in Texas? How's it going? PP, Natalie, Jacob, and Agent X. It's hot as It's hot. And I sound fine. Thanks, Fel. I know how you were saying it. And you just subscribed. Thank you so much. I appreciate the subscription. I look forward to us chatting and commenting back and forth with each other. Unju, what's up? How are you? Good evening. Good evening. You changed around a lot of things. Can you change my luck a bit? Let's do that. Let's do it on the 4th, right? Because even free to play, right? Like, let's get some good unit offers this time. What was the last big offers? And the unit ones were just disappointing as heck. Are we going all the way back to Black Friday? Is that what it was?
Yeah, because spring cleaning was all paid, so it would have been Cyber Weekend, and they were weak.
Yeah, they were really weak. Let's get that changed. I think that'd be good luck for everyone. That'd be a good sign. Kai's coming in strong. Dude, you crushed it recently with your Professor X destroying Rogue video. Look, to me, if you get a solo, you destroyed her. I know it was close, and you made an incredibly clutch intercept at the end to ensure the solo. But if you solo that Rogue, it's crushing her. That's just how I feel, especially without a slow champion. It's incredible some of the videos people are putting out where they didn't use a slow champion and they still solo her. So the question is Shang-Chi good on the encroaching stun node? Yeah, the one thing I would keep in mind is just trying to get his cleanse, right? And get that going. Make sure those are up when the encroaching stun's potentially coming around, or you could just throw a special and handle it that way. DLL, can you think of anything else? I think he's great for it.
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. The only thing I can think of is that there are some of the more popular champions there, he would run into other problems. Like, it might take a while for you to get enough chi charges to knock out Sasquatch, and Mysterio would still be annoying. Excuse me. Stuff like that. But just the node, yeah, he'd be great.
Yeah, I think that's true. Like, what happened, and it's been a while. I feel like I haven't seen everyone in like weeks. Is Gauntlet came out, and for a good reason. That took a lot of time and energy, and then I had to catch up on real life stuff for a while. But I have been able to play Shang-Chi a bit more since I took him to rank 3, and I hope it's very clear that you're not going to just play him, get to an SB2 with a bunch of 5-hit combos, and opponents will die. But that's part of what I like about him. And I think, DL, you made a really great point in that, especially like a beefy boy like Sasquatch, whose opponent you'll see on encroaching stun in war a lot, is you are going to need to ramp up those chi charges, and you're going to need to play around a little bit. It's just there's so much in Shang-Chi's kit to help you handle the node and potentially the defender. And I really enjoyed it. To me, it feels very similar to Cosmic Ghost Rider in this sense, is if you understand how he works, you can manipulate the fight, or you can change the way you're attacking it for the node and the defender. I absolutely love him. He to me is like, I want to spend a little bit more time with him before I'd say this definitively, but right now he feels like the perfect champion in this game, where they are not so overpowered you can do literally anything, or just 5-hit combo, throw your SB2 and you win the fight. But there's enough in their kit where there's a variety of things you can take them. If you're paying attention and you really mastered him, you're going to be able to do a lot. And so I love him. Mustafa, what's going on? Thank you so much. Josh, dude, how you doing? It's great to hear from you. And I really, dude, not to get too personal here, but I really enjoyed hearing the story of your profile picture on the Discord. That was insanely cool. So thank you for sharing that with everyone. Ash is saying, what's up? Shraven, what's going on? JJ, what's up, dude? And Tom, how you doing? So many people to say hi to. It has been a long time. Fel, I feel like Shang-Chi will see a lot more practical uses in CGR, though. He has better utility than CGR. Yeah, I don't know. That feels like something we could talk about throughout this whole hour and 15 minutes that I think we're going to be going. Is CGR has way more utility than I know I gave him credit for in the very beginning. I'm going to adjust something here, folks. Sorry, you guys are getting an up close shot, and yeah, hopefully everyone enjoyed that. And I think there's more to CGR than those huge yellow numbers. I think those huge yellow numbers are just so exciting that that's what we tend to see first. Carl, what's up, dude? I asked a question, and Viola, can you see that? Ash, let's see, what area is that, buddy? Let's try to find that. In this chat, bud? You asked it in this chat, or is that on? Oh, so I've got a question. DLL and Vega. What'll be my team for App 7? Delirium, Diss Track, and Colorblind. Man, I lucked out. I'm taking Delirium, and my BG leaders gave it to me in Section 1 and Section 2, which allowed me to kind of double up on robots there. In fact, I have the Unstoppable in Section 2. Can't think what that's called. So they really did me a favor. I took Dragon Man, Thing, and Gilly 99, and Dragon Man obviously doubles up for all those sections. What do you think?
If you have access to everyone, like I'm just picking out of a roster,
yeah,
and you're good with Claire, I would say Claire, Mysterio, Emma. Because Emma would counter the Iceman. Both Emma and Warlock would work for Delirium, and Mysterio is fantastic for Domino. And then Claire can take every diss track fight. It's just that that's going to be more difficult on certain days. But some of the days where Claire is worse, Elsa can actually be pretty good for diss track. I mean, I usually use Apocalypse for diss track these days, and Sunspot is still quite good. But if you do that, then you need a different counter for Delirium, because you can't bring Emma if you're taking Colorblind. Either that, or just switch with somebody in Tier 3, because Colorblind is one of the easiest paths. And if you can do one of the other paths with Emma, Mysterio, Apocalypse, if you have that, then somebody else will probably be willing to take Colorblind.
Colorblind, that's the one that starts off with MODOK, right? In Section 3?
On this variant, I think it's Heimdall.
Well, this wouldn't work as well. I take that in the last variant, and I'll admit, I'll bring my crutch. I'll bring my rank 3 cosmic crutch of Corvus. I like him because I often don't have on the recoil tree masteries, dual edge or bleeding edge or whatever they're called. And it was really nice because I would get to him, the MODOK, and then obviously trigger the auto block, knock him down, and now my Corvus has a charge. And then that handles the Iceman too. And so Corvus would just take care of the rest of that lane for me. It's a bit selfish because I'm not pitching in on any of the Magneto mini bosses. So there is that. I don't feel good about that. But you could also look at that, and you could pick up a charge killing that Domino if you have like a robot. Like if you have, I bet Ultron's got to be right. He'd be great for that. And then if you could get Domino low, timeout, I know that's no one's favorite thing, knock her out with Corvus. Your Corvus now has a charge. And if you're comfortable with it, Corvus can take Delirium too. He's not bad for it, especially if you're like taking hits on the block and baiting the heavy out of, I believe it's a Crossbones. That's something to consider.
Work shouts out, Xavier is fantastic for Delirium. It's just that he doesn't work on diss track, and a lot of the best diss track options these days are mutants.
Yeah, I haven't taken diss track in forever. In fact, when I did it, isn't Crossbones on that? And then they updated him, and now he's at like a 90%.
No, it's a MCoC right now.
So they did.
He was only there for like 3 days. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You know what? Ultron can stack bleeds too, can he? But then don't you you kind of like ignite them with the heavy? If I'm thinking of that through.
Yeah, I mean Ultron can just stack them by hitting. Yeah. But then your big damage is going to be Cauterize, which removes them. So I don't know that I would do that.
Dragon Man could be good for this.
Yeah.
with the
If
incinerates.
if you're like me and you have a rank 2 Masacre, he actually works fantastically for diss track pretty much all days because he doesn't really rely on specials.
Yeah. Duke is here. What's up, dude? Uh, Back and forth. Yeah. So, and I'll just address this is good because I'm not going to make a video. I made the whole video about leaving it. I thought like 3 people would watch it, and it's actually one of the best performing videos I have ever had. If you go by metrics like views, likes, and comments, and those things that YouTubers enjoy. I am back. I'm back for a couple of reasons. I've talked extensively with Taters, who ironically is not in for Loki right now. And he really says, like, dude, I think we can make your schedule work. I really do. I'd like to try this, and I'm very open to it because I have friends in a lot of alliances, but I think they're consolidated nowadays in For Loki and in SSX1. And so I was like, all right, I'm open to this idea. Then, summer hit and my kids are out of school. I spend a lot of time with them, which I absolutely love, but it can be really stressful when I'm trying to get work done and YouTube. And then of course this game, right? We've all talked about that. And For Loki had said that it was relatively public that they were going to take this season off. Where SX1, who's also, Masters Tier P1 Alliance, was like, no, we're pushing. And then those rewards came out, that the upgraded rewards. And I realized it could be better, but they're not bad. In fact, they're really good, in my opinion. Or they're exciting, let's say. I was like, no, we're definitely pushing. So a spot opened up in For Loki, and it just made perfect sense for me to go ahead and give it another try there. Additionally, them taking the season off, I believe will allow me to really take down some stress from more and just spend some time with my kids, get work done, and do this YouTube thing that I enjoy the heck out of. So, you looking through CJR's kit with the utility in mind, I'm seeing reliable armor up, brakes, utility. Yeah, you pretty much covered it. As nice as that all is, I don't think it quite matches what Shang-Chi brings to the table. Fair. Definitely fair. Definitely don't disagree. I used to use Magneto for Delirium before he was buffed. Carl, does my BG, are they mad at me for not helping out too much in the Magnetos? I think you would probably know. Dragon Man can stack Incinerates. Yep, Spin's got it. All right. Ash has given us his actual team, so let's go and talk that through. But I did title it Ryfts, as much as I would love to just sit here and talk the whole time. Oh, you know what? I'm still in this... I was working through this. I don't want to do this on stream. Let's do these Ryfts. I want to get those done. The rewards are good, right?
Yeah. They're at least solid. Because it's like 4 fights each time, including the boss. So it's pretty easy.
All right. And you said Human Torch? Human Torch is the answer?
Yeah, for pretty much all of them. The only one that's really important is the second week, because there's a Mephisto.
Okay. Did you see Carl's making you proud, man? Dude, yeah, Aries.
What did he take with that?
Aries is back. Rohit, what's up, buddy? 25 seconds is good. I have 600. Maybe I noticed the duration. Looks like Rohit Dragon has 20 Incinerate. All right, yeah, so we're going back. Oh, cool, we're working this through. Tell me how this team would work. Ultron, Dragon Man, and Sunspot. Donna, dude, that sounds incredible. And the thing about Ultron is he heals, right? So, like, he's always been good because of his healing, but now if his damage is back up there, you got a solid team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that actually sounds incredible to me. Sunspot, who I used to use for Distract, incredibly fun. Incredibly fun.
That team should be great. I don't see any problems.
Agent X and Buddy Lee, the skill level of the chat was already high, but now it is sky high. All right, so Human Torch, and then you said just kind of like bring in utility.
Yeah, they're all pretty easy, honestly. I used most of it to just practice Tiger against random champions, but you do need a boss counter.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I practiced some Guardian Perfect blocking too. I mean, it's really just practice. There are no nodes on anybody but the boss.
Oh, really? Okay. I don't have the key, so that's not good.
You get the key the first time you finish one.
Got it.
For that week. And then, as Spin was saying, you kind of plan out where you want to use the keys.
I want to save them, correct? For the last week? That's what I feel like I've heard.
There are different opinions on that. I think Some people were spending them on week 2. I think Spin may have been the one to spend it on week 2 because he was saying that he felt that the random rewards were worst in week 2. So he's kind of bringing up his floor by spending them all there to get at least decent rewards out of week 2. I am planning on spending them all in, I think week 3 or 4 is where you can get the most 6-star shards. So my floor is probably going to be lower than Spin's, but I'm more focused on taking my ceiling up because I'm looking at that next feature crystal.
I think that's going to be juicy, dude. I've been all over the map on that next crystal. Trying to parry this guy's SP1. That's like doing 4 years of muscle memory. It's just not happening.
I know. For me. I was using Guardian against Iceman today in AQ, and I was like, all right, I'll get that perfect block. I dodged every time.
Yeah.
I couldn't not.
I mean, you'd have to spend so much energy. Like, I'm sure I'll mess something up here, but just, 4-hit combo into his SP1, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's just how you do this. And then he's in Meltdown. Is it only contact attacks? It's all contact, huh?
Yeah, it's all contact, so don't block.
All right.
Oof.
Yeah. He'll live.
Yeah, I just saw somebody was posting in the server asking about the Yellow Jacket boss at the end of Variant 2. And I was looking over it, and it's encroaching stun, so you have to throw a lot of specials, which is going to feed his core charge. And I was like, oh, that's actually going to be nasty now after his update.
I'm going to check the life, the health pools on these champions. His energy resistance is no joke.
Yeah,
or he's got like
high.
600,000 life, which I don't think he does.
It's pretty high.
Yeah, he took very little damage on that SP2. That's impressive. Big Germ, what's up, dude? Hey, I have a question for you, Big Germ. Are you the person I also know as Germ? I realize that the Germ could be a nickname for quite a few names, so chances are you're not. But if you are, I'd really appreciate knowing. Any tips for Galaxy99 in the Cav EQ? Trying to understand it, but she has a pain, and Max doesn't seem to work against her. You know who I used, and I was actually able to pull off a solo, and I did not play that well, was Silver Surfer. I realize not everyone has Silver Surfer, and not everyone has him at SIG 200 as a rank 3. That being said, he worked out really well for that fight because he does gain the vigilance, and there was another reason he worked out really well, and I can't remember what it was. But his ability to phase, I think he's a bit underrated. And I think part of it is that they're introducing things in the game through nodes and champions that he works well for. So I would think about that. And I think that's the one that has the node where if you knock her down, she becomes stun immune. Is that correct?
He becomes debuff immune.
Debuff immune. So just kind of make sure you're really aware of that too. I know that my first couple of times going through there, I just didn't pay enough attention to the nodes. And so I would knock her down because I didn't want her to have her miss mechanic. And then I would try to parry, and of course it wouldn't work, and then I'd get slapped upside the head by her.
As one does.
As one does. Is it just me, or did others and up get the same chance location? Interesting. I don't know. Did a lot, because I was very happy with what I got. But of course, if it's up to chance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm out of practice. I forgot that I should read a question before I go into a fight. DL, are you guys ready for the season? It starts tomorrow, right?
Mostly. We, I don't know if I want to say this out loud, but we had somebody announced that they want to retire, so we're looking for a last minute spot, which is always super fun. But other than that, I think we're in decent shape.
Are they willing to stick around for until you find one?
Yeah, I mean, they're not dropping us.
That's cool. I imagine there'd be some people looking to move up, especially with those rewards.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure, appreciate it, dude. Thanks for letting me know. But I have seen your name, and I appreciate you stopping by. hopefully that advice was helpful. If anyone else has other advice on how to take that Gilly 99, because she was a little tricky. She was. I was very happy that Surfer worked so well for her. If you would have to only one between Guardian and Hulkbuster, which one would you choose? I would choose Guardian. I'm actually working on a video. Larry, I think it was Larry who recommended. He's like, who are your favorite champions? Like, who are the ones that you literally enjoy the most? Because I'm one of the people who's always talking about, like, who do you enjoy? When I get rank up questions and things like that. And I don't think he's going to be number one. But as I'm working through this, I have a list right here that I've been kind of working on over the course of the last week or so. Hulkbuster is literally in my thinking for being my most enjoyable champion to play. I love playing him that much, even with the heavy width sometimes. Like, it's almost like I like him so much that the heavy width is like, it almost feels like gambling, you know, but I'm not losing money. I don't know how else to explain it aside from that. I really like him. But I think Guardian has more utility and is more sure. You know, like if I go into the fight and I'm like, I need the fight to work out this way. I know this champion I'm bringing in can do this thing. For me, it's Guardian. Yeah. I should say at a high Sig and Awakened. If they were both unawakened, I don't know. Actually, I don't know who I
would still take Guardian for most accounts.
Yeah.
Because of his unique utility, like the ability to parry non-contact attacks, the ability to not crit, the perfect block. Like, he still has so much.
Yeah. Sometimes I forget about all the things he can do.
Yeah. Because, like, even an I've been messing around with him more in AQ now that I've finally ranked my 5-star. And even an unduped Guardian can take no damage from Apocalypse's specials as long as you play it right. And that's pretty awesome.
Spin's really been opening my eyes to. I mean, I already thought Guardian was amazing, but Spin has been showing me, yeah, you thought he was good. Watch this, and especially with the blocking, the pairing of specials and the power gain. Because if there's a negative to Guardian, or you know, when people are like, yeah, but how much do you really use him? And it's true. Like, I brought him. I'm probably going to take him out. And the only reason I'm going to take him out is just because he is a little bit slower. I probably have quicker champions. But being able to beef up his power gain is, you know, obviously that's going to make it go faster. I enjoy playing Black Widow Deadly Origin. So there's a thing with her that I am pretty sure everyone will tell me, like, no, dude, she can't do this. But I was reviewing her kit the other day. I am not positive. Are we sure as a community that she can't get to 100% ability accuracy reduction defensive? Are we absolutely positive that's been tested with I think you would maybe need a high Sig. DL, do you know that? Do you know her very well? I've never really dove into her kit that much.
I know Work has a rank 3, or I think he does, because I think he uses her fairly often.
Work, are you still here, buddy? If you are, I'm curious if you've ever tested that. Agent and Duke. What's up, Kim Jong? How you doing, dude? Anyone trade Guardian versus Rogue? Dude, the Summer of Pain? Yeah, Buddy Lee. Buddy Lee's got a solo. It's beautiful. And then Spinnaker with a very different style for the fight. Very technical on using Guardian a certain way. Dude, the guy came so close. It was impressive as heck. And Buddy, you have one too, right? I'm pretty sure I saw it and commented on the video. Yeah, have to have. I
mean, she can get to 90% under incredibly restrictive circumstances.
Reading it?
Yeah.
Does you think there's absolutely no way the SIG sounds like it could be increasing the potency of the ability accuracy reduction? Like, there's just
no, it just increases the damage.
Does it flat out say that, or are you just you're very good at reading Kabam? You're very good.
Yeah, it says increasing direct damage. It says See, the thing is, it does say increase the potency of sabotage debuffs, and the
Yeah.
sabotage debuff is what's causing that.
Yeah.
But I think this is one of those things where it's like, Incinerate reduces block proficiency by 50% and removes all chance to perfect block, right? And abilities that increase the potency of Incinerate don't improve that. If you have improved Incinerates, you don't reduce an opponent's block proficiency by more than 50%. It's just a native function of them being incinerated.
Okay.
My read of this is that sabotage debuffs have a native function of reducing defensive ability accuracy by 20%, and that her SIG increases their potency, which is only the damage when something fails to happen.
Okay.
But I have no idea, and it could be coded wrong.
No, you've for a very long time been excellent at reading Kabam and their language. So I'm going to go. I still might test it if I ever awaken my Black Widow and just get a way to test it because I think it could be fun. What is this? I'm looking at this crystal here. Oh, Mortal Hulk's in there. They may have got me with this one. I'd really like to get him as a 6-star. But that's for another time. We're not going to do that today. All right. And so to the Ryfts, do I that was it? Or do I go back into that one?
You can just keep doing that. You should have a key to claim now if you want to use it there.
But it's not like as they go on, they get more powerful, the rewards get better. Or it's
not really.
I mean, and you can just do these as many as you want. There's got to be a limit, right?
There is. There's 7 per level per week.
So I should have been doing these every week.
No, because each one of those quests, like the floor, the basement, the catacombs, each one of those came out each week. So it's 7 per one of those.
Oh, okay. I'm sure most people are like, he has no idea. He doesn't understand at all. All right, let's do this one and see what happens.
Well, how much did they understand before they had looked at it or read literally anything?
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like I'm sure everything you're saying makes perfect sense. It's just here we've been talking about Mr. Shang-Chi. Let's see what he can do. What reward are you aiming for? Spin. I don't even know what's in here. I have no clue. I tend to be this way with the side events. It's just only so much time, and unless someone says like they're amazing, here's exactly how you get the 6-star awakening gem, I tend to kind of just push it off into something else. SIG does not increase potency. All right, Agent X is saying it too. Yes, I did a rogue solo with Guardian. Even was able to throw in 5 or 6 parry. Yeah, buddy, your video was excellent, dude. I really enjoyed that. The DPS was through the roof on Black Widow. Yeah, I mean, 90% is not bad, right? I like when we can get to 100. I like certainty. I'm sure we all do. I'm not the only person who likes that.
Well, and the other thing is that it's only 90% while Widow's Insight is active, which lasts 0.85 seconds.
And that movie's coming out. As we all know, I actually might go see it in theater. I haven't seen a movie in a theater in a year and a half, right? I think that might be the one. Like, it feels appropriate. Like, Marvel movies are back. I can go to a theater. It feels like that should be the one, right? Like, doesn't it? Or am I off on this? What do people think on that? But I think I would not be shocked if after the movie is out, we get more somehow. I can't explain that too much because I don't want to spoil anything. Not that I know anything. I've heard a lot of fan theories and I enjoy that stuff. And it feels like a lot of people think there's going to be a big reveal in this movie. Let's put it that way. And I think it's weird. I think it's weird that she can't get to 100%. I think it's weird that she can get to 90% and not 100.
Yeah, I definitely do not agree. I saw in the chat 90% is 0. It makes no difference. Because if that were true, then Apocalypse would be useless in the Gauntlet.
Which he is,
and
right?
Oh yeah, completely useless. I definitely didn't get 8 or 9 solos with him. He's fantastic, and the biggest part of his kit for that particular piece of content is that 70% concussion.
Wasn't that part of? I felt badly because someone came into the server today. Oh man, and they were stuck on Sasquatch in the
Yep.
gauntlet. It just I felt horribly, right? Not that it's my fault. I just feel badly. I know what that feels like. And I
Yeah.
had to get to work and I had to get some things done. So I didn't have enough time to really fully understand what had happened there. But was that part of it? Was that, what did happen there? It sounds like maybe they didn't have APOC ramped up and then they weren't keeping the debuffs on him.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what it was. I think they didn't have APOC ramped because they used the charges to make a horseman a little too close to Sasquatch.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that just sucks. I feel badly for this, I don't think I even remember their name right now, but I'm not going to say their name because I don't want to embarrass anybody.
Yeah.
I think it's embarrassing, but they might be embarrassed by it. So there you go. I wanted to show everyone how well the cleanse charges work. Look at that. Let's look
Apologies if I mess up this name, but Abhijit says Masacre has damage similar to Black Widow. Multiple ways to get it off. Dude, Masacre is awesome. I mean, I'm not going to hope for this, but if I miss on Shang or somebody else worthy in this next feature crystal, I'm seriously considering taking my Masacre to rank 3.
So I think that was a good example of what I'm talking about with Shang-Chi. Like, I didn't play that very well, obviously. But he has a lot of utility, and if you just play him, like, the damage builds. I don't think should expect to just get to an SB2 and destroy an opponent. Not on, appropriately leveled content anyway. Only thing Cap really needs is 100% work is bringing up Cap America again.
Well, no, Tafre was saying, I mean, I did kind of intentionally take their comment. But it's saying if it's not 100%, then Murphy's Law suggested 0. I get what you meant.
Got it.
But yeah, as Work's bringing up, Captain America Infinity War, not at SIG 200, is still very good for basically everything but shrugging debuffs.
Oh, it's used him. It was 5:30 in the morning. I don't know about you all. I play even worse than normal at 5:30 in the morning. And I was absolutely in love with him for a lane in Variant 7. And my cap is SIG 110, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like you're saying, he did all the things. I mean, it was I could only bring in Cosmic Champions and Science, obviously. And he was great.
Yeah.
I feel like I can hear the game sounds better. I don't know why that would have changed, but it's really nice. Yeah. I play with game sounds on, not music. We didn't get any responses on the movie. That disappoints me. I thought that would be like the perfect movie to go as my reintroduction to theaters again. Simula, what's up, dude? Hey, did you by chance get some really good news lately? I saw your tweet, and it looks like you're in a good mood, man. And I hope you did. And I definitely respect if the news is not shareable, but I hope you got some great news. Blaze once again struggles to find a master ally for the 3rd month in a row. Well, what's your prestige, Blaze? I think that as much as we all hate prestige, it is a ticket to entry a lot of times. Of course, you got to have the skill to be able to play in Masters. But I think there's a lot of people who do have that skill that just aren't in Masters, and it's either prestige or the desire to not put forth the time, which I completely respect both of those. 12.7.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
But that is going to be difficult depending on where the people are in Masters.
Yeah. Because I mean, at that point, people are tending to want. Is it like top 30, top 30 AQ, top 40,
or top 20? Depends.
Yeah. You got some room for growth, Blaze. You got like a Surfer or a Doom. Use the Hawkeye Quake synergy to increase his ability accuracy when mine was not 600. Oh, that's really smart. The issue is even 100 is very hard to get when 600. Yep. Yeah. I mean, even as we're getting more and more of the 6 stones, it's not like they're coming in on a daily, and you have to do things to get them, like spending money or your units. Hopefully the 4th handles that a little bit more. I feel like they've opened up the floodgates a little bit. Floodgates is probably a strong term, but I think you get my point. Elian, what's up, dude? Thank you so much for stopping by, man. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to your war videos this year or this season, especially being in your BG, dude. I think that's going to be cool. Oh no, see, this is what I'm talking about. This Distorient. This is in the game more now.
Yep.
Oh, but this is lowering ability accuracy by 50%. Wow, they really ramped it up. All right. What kind of madman has a SIG 200 cap infinity? Work. BWF, what's up, dude? Cardinal had to be a bully from Enzo and Lizer. Enzo is like a low-key bully, isn't he? Like I when I watch his streams, like this is like the nicest person that ever existed. And being in his BG, I feel like, yeah, this is the nicest. But there's this thing where you're like, wait a minute, I think he's just really smart, and he's doing things, and we're just not aware of it. Cap is the one Avenger you can blindly bring into a quest. Yes, he is. I want a good Iron Man so badly in this game. I know Iron Man Infinity War can be very good. I am aware of that, but I badly want what I would call a top shelf Iron Man. I just do, like,
without the need for synergies.
Yeah, good point. Because I do think he's quite good with stealth, but then I'd have to bring stealth, and you know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it's like we have a mutual friend who's a big fan of, what is it, Iron Fist, with synergies, but like the synergies that you're bringing are Nova and Super Scroll, and just like they're fine, and the synergies really help, but it's not a top tier team. That's sad that way.
I think Jacob just basically said, "Let them eat cake." Right? Is that the phrase? I mean, if you get every 6-stone deal like the rest of us, you wouldn't show up. Okay, it's Jacob. I love Jacob. Let's see here. I'm actually putting my science SIGs into him because of you, Work. Work makes a point. Work and Ozfan. I mean, they are right. I want to make this clear. I don't like playing stealthy. I think on paper he's got a lot of really cool abilities. I think when I play him, it's just, at least for me, okay, it is too difficult or it is cumbersome to make his abilities work for the fights I want to use him. And I typically have like at least 1 to 3 other excellent options. And now that Shang-Chi's in the game, like, what is even the point of Stealth Spider-Man? But Captain America Infinity War, that's not how I feel about him. I think he is awesome. I think he is amazing. And I think he can obviously do an incredible amount of things. And you know, talk about someone you can configure based on the team you're bringing in, and not just like synergies. It's his SIG ability, obviously. So I feel very differently about them. I just don't enjoy him as much. So I don't want to make it very clear. I do not group Stealth Spider-Man and Cap in the same bucket in any way, shape, or form. Kavan loves yours. I just like it. Yeah, but I'm realizing I might need to put more SIGs into my sorcerer, and she might hit the ceiling too quickly. They put a strong ceiling on. What's up, Dakota? How are you doing? What's that?
Summerween is not a thing.
Summer Wing. What's
I
Summer
was trying to
Wing?
figure. Well, that's their reason for offering these monster crystals is that it's Summerween, like Halloween in the summer. That's not a thing, Caban.
No, it's definitely not. Like,
But I want to sell Immortal Abomination crystals. All right, fine. You can make up a holiday.
yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it. It just, I'm not on board. I'm not going to start saying Summerween. Happy Summerween.
There are way too many misses in this for my blood.
Here, speaking of Cap, let's bring him in. Yeah, I didn't even look at the. I didn't even look at the. I just saw I Hulk. Buddy Lee has made me want I Hulk. Like Buddy Lee, honestly, should be getting like a royalty from the I Hulk creators for his videos.
100%.
Yeah.
No, he's fully convinced me. I saw earlier he liked the idea of me taking Masacre up. Yeah, I do think that would be a lot of fun.
So I'm going to get a bunch of 5-star 6-7s. That's cool.
Yeah. And now you understand the Ryfts.
Yeah, I should have used my key apparently. Don't get me started, Stealthy. And yeah, Jacob.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Yesterday when the Diablo buff came out, what I said on the server was I felt like I suddenly understood how stealthy players felt when Shang came out. Because reading through that Diablo kit, I'm like, well, that just takes a dump all over my Mysterio.
Yeah. The only thing you've got is that at least they're different classes. And the heal buff class, how good is Diablo's healing mitigation going to be?
Well, he can stack up to 20 long duration poisons, so pretty darn good.
Does it look like he'll need to... will that be instead of getting damage? You know, like, I think it gets overplayed a bit with Mysterio that he has to pick between heal block and damage. I mean, he does, but you can still do decent damage. It's just not as good. Does it look like Diablo will have to make a similar choice?
Not at all.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry about your rank up then.
Yeah, no, his Diablo. I mean, again, it's all on paper, but Diablo's internal synergy or flow, as you call it, looks amazing. Like his special 1 and his special 2 and his heavy all fit together perfectly.
Yeah. Maybe Kabam.
Super frustrating.
Yeah. No, that is. It's like was it Mysterio 2 who came out and he was the highest prestige tech for a month?
Sounds about right. Or kind of like how Claire was the highest prestige mystic for, I think it was about 2 months until Doom dropped and blew the entire game open.
Yeah. Sorry.
I could have phrased that a little less weird. I don't know what that was, but...
The point came across well. I think maybe they just don't like Mysterio. I think that they're probably like big Spider-Man fans and they didn't like how Mysterio treated him in the movie.
I will say that the fact that Ronan is getting reworked gives me some hope.
Yeah.
Because the way that he plays, the way his entire kit is keyed off of his cruelty passives reminds me a lot of the way Mysterio's kit is keyed off of those gas charges. And so if they do a good job of updating Ronan, it might provide a blueprint for a Reed Masacre style update to Mysterio in the future. We'll see.
I'm curious what they do with Ronan. I'm not completely kidding around that I think that they have decided to go in a direction of disorient and concussion being more of a thing, which I think makes sense. It's not like it came out of nowhere. And he's one of the few champions that actually has it in his kit.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious. Like I don't know. He's someone that I'm not going to get overly excited about though, as much as I think he might be like, well, not everyone's got Fury, so let's buff him a little bit. Not that he's all of a sudden going to become a Fury level champion.
Yeah. Double P is saying very disappointed we have to wait for the Miles buff. Was expecting it. I kind of get what you mean. I'm going to be careful saying this because I don't really want to go into it too much, but they announced Miles alongside the 2 Panther buffs in February for what seemed like a a bit of a PR, some PR credit. And then OG Black Panther dropped, and we've just kind of been waiting around for the other two, and now it's June.
Oh, they did that in February?
Yeah.
Is that Black History Month?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
They specifically made it a Black History announcement that they were buffing 3 black characters, and then they buffed one of them.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I guess, I mean, it takes time, you know?
It does.
But I'm disappointed too.
I kind of agree with Double P that I would have expected either Civil War, Black Panther, or Miles by now.
Yeah.
We'll see. It'll come eventually.
I kind of was, as you guys know, I like to save my resources as best I can. And then at some point I just get tired and I spend them all. Usually it's in crystal form. But I've been kind of holding on to a tier 5 CC of science for Miles. And then I'm getting to the point of like, okay, I love She-Hulk. I am more and more seeing what Mr. Fantastic can do. Of course, thanks to your video, DLL, but also to like the videos I'm seeing in War and things like that. And then just bringing him along too. I'd like to rank them up. And so sitting around waiting for Miles just feels... I mean, this buff might not even be good. And this work has been making a lot of comments like this lately too. He's like, I played the game as it currently is. Like I could sit around waiting forever, and it might just not happen. True Potential. You saw the Purgatory opening? Yeah, dude. Yeah. I don't know. You know what? I made a deal with myself a long time ago. Where I was like, I'm going to show the bad openings too, because especially because I wear the lucky hat and all this stuff. I want to show how bad openings typically are. I know they're not as fun to watch, but I'm going to show them because I want to show what really happens. And I also don't want to create some sort of aura of like, this guy's luck is just outrageous or something like that. I don't know. I think it just feels honest in a way somehow. But I appreciate you watching it. And I haven't gotten to the comments on that, actually. I know that wasn't your intention, but thank you for reminding me of that. I had a really busy day yesterday. I didn't get to the comments. Slayer, what is up, dude? How are you doing, man? Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for the reminder, Meta.
What is it? Meta's here, too? Dude, everyone's here. This is awesome.
I got tagged to take the first shot at the boss, and I did one duel for it. And then I was like, what was I doing? Okay, I'm going to go do that.
I was doing something? That's how I feel playing this game. Like I get wrapped up in the conversation, and then all of a sudden I'm taking like an SP2 to the face from someone when the node's like it's an unblockable SP2.
Well, I just looked down and I was like, I don't know what I was doing, but that quest says continue, so I must have been doing that. Sorry, Meta, I'm going.
Dude, you were right. Torch is like the answer to all of these bosses.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Although I actually just used Massacre against that Gilly.
Dude, you were there doing good stuff with Massacre. That's awesome.
He's so much fun.
I figured this is where DLL was. People have been adding 2+2 and getting 99 on the Miles buff ever since that tweet. Because we want Miles. It's totally motivated reasoning. Like, and I'll admit, I'm there. I was like, Miles is buffed. Okay, win. Tell me when. I'm ready. I'm saving up my... Like, I think I even pulled him as a 6-star, and he is absolutely terrible in the current game, as we all know. And I was genuinely excited to pull him, because I'm like, he's getting buffed. He's going to be really good. I mean, they even said they were going to change his animations, and like potentially... I do think this was theorizing. This wasn't a statement of fact. This was more, I think it was Kabam Mike saying like, I think that, or they may even give him like an invisibility, which is fun. I like that in Champions. That's part of what I like so much about Strife. A couple other people stopped by and I didn't say, what's up, William? How you doing? Thanks for making the stream. Cressy Husk, what's up? So I
haven't seen Krusty in a while.
Yeah, I know. I was looking up and I was seeing I know a lot of people really like Negative. DL, you're one of them. I think he's fine. I think he's fun. I like and we did finally get it. The Fluffy Pig Monster, yourself, and a couple others. And Luke was there too. kind of being like, no, 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 no. Here's how you can utilize that heavy utility, and it was fun. I just still feel like, and I hate to completely rip off KT1 here, but I agree with him that it feels like you've got all these amazing ingredients for a cake, and maybe I'm changing this analogy a little bit, and then you bake the cake, and then you taste the cake, and you're like, it was fine, like it was good. It's just the ingredients made you think this cake was gonna blow your mind. So I really like cake, and that's what didn't come through well.
It's like going to a bad restaurant and they've like really played up their menu, and you're like, that's a pizza. That's just a pepperoni pizza.
Absolutely. And he's not bad. Don't get me wrong. I don't think this guy's bad in any way, shape, or form. Like I think he's definitely somewhere in the premium to super premium. Super premium probably on the lower spectrum. Obviously, as nodes come out, I could see him getting in there. But that's about where I would put him, which is a great champion. And maybe that's what you're saying, and maybe that's the disconnect. Maybe that's what people like you and Luke and Fluffy Pig Monster are saying. Is like, no, he's really good, and that's what you mean. Is that kind of what you mean, or do you think there's maybe more?
I think that's pretty much it. I see him more as a like Massacre level fun rank than as a Reed or Tigra level fun rank.
Okay, then I 100%. And as someone who hasn't invested much time in the Massacre buff, I would think he's probably even better than that, or more usable. Although you're starting to come up with a lot of stuff where you're using Massacre, so that could be wrong. Yeah, absolutely. If that's your baseline for him or your target, I completely agree with that.
Mm-hmm. And beyond that, I do have some hope that he's better, but I'm not sure.
I don't know why. This has happened to me quite a bit lately. It's like parries are not; they're just not happening against Blade. It's not that he's like. Is there a node or is? Oh, I know what it is.
He's a dimension. Yep.
Yeah. Thank you.
Slayer tried to save you.
It's weird. It's like my ability accuracy's been reduced. I can't explain it.
So weird, man.
And it's funny too, as I was trying to show, like, look, I'm not an idiot. I know that Blade will get rid of parries faster when his power bar is high. Like no. You're right about that. You still don't know what you're talking about.
You did get it before I finished the sentence, though.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah. Hey, you gotta laugh, right? You guys know this is a comedy stream, right? Mr. Nago's gonna end up like reading, getting buffed. He might be. He actually might. I could see it.
He's good enough that I think it'd be a while, but you never know. Because, Reed surprised me.
I'm glad. I'm happy with the Reed one because he's so useful regardless. But that one definitely surprised me.
Yeah. Because it was it was a very pleasant surprise that they're like, oh, so you're not just fixing the champions that are useless. You're also like trying to bring the ones where maybe you missed a little bit and made their kits a little bit too hard to use. You're trying to bring them up into the meta. Yeah. That's not what I thought this was about, but cool.
Meta? No, I didn't. Fluffy Pig Monster, dude, I summoned you. I think I've said your name probably like 5 times. What's up, dude? How you doing? You picked them up? I have not. I looked at them very briefly, and did I just say beefly? I think I did. And Immortal Hulk stood out to me. I got very excited about Immortal Hulk, but DLL said there's a lot of misses in there, and I'm being quite a bit pickier with the deals I pick up these days, mainly going towards rank up materials.
Reading through that list of the monster for the monster crystal, I'm like, well, I hope that guy gets buffed. I hope that guy gets buffed. I hope that guy gets buffed. It was, yeah.
That's not good. Because that sucks, right? Is you get finally lucky, and you are getting lucky if you pull a 6-star. The odds are stacked against you. And the 6-star still sucks. Like, Well, that's what we've. I can't remember who came up with it anymore now, but a commenter came up with the idea of like, yeah, that's like winning a free buffet or a free steak dinner after you already ate at the all-you-can-eat buffet. It's like I didn't really need that. That's a pretty
When does
cool.
Apocalypse?
What's that?
Said since when does Apocalypse not want to throw his special one?
Yeah, he's usually very happy to hit you with the SP1, isn't he? Fluffy, you did nothing wrong. In fact, I've been talking about how you're one of the people who helped me understand a way of playing Mr. Negative better in utilizing his whole heavy, and it's similar to Elsa. You and Luke and DLL, of course. Have I done Star Wars? Nay. No, dude. My time has been really limited in game lately. The Gauntlet came out, and those videos did really well, and people seemed like they were really enjoying them. And so I really just kind of sorry to use this term, but I just leaned into it and kept that spreadsheet as updated as I could, finding runs from various people, and then getting out as many videos as I could on the various fights. You know, because I used cable, and I've put out a lot of videos on cable. And so I wanted to kind of make it as clear as possible. I don't think he's amazing for the Terrax fight, but he's usable. He's useful. If you want to bring him, you can. And so as a result, I just had a lot of catching up on work and family stuff to do. So I haven't gotten a chance to do fun stuff like that lately, which is part of why you haven't seen me streaming in a bit. I nearly got Natalie. I nearly got Crossbones in 6.1.5 down, but the poison, yeah.
Lord Almighty.
Is that the Crossbones that we've been having to use Rogue for the Karina's challenge?
I think so.
She was pretty awesome for it. If you have a Rogue,
she was excellent.
Yeah, that was interesting for me at how great she was. It was about finding the rhythm though, from what I recall, and like getting into that, getting him to throw his SP1 and things like that. Fluffy Pick once he finishes. Yeah, dude, the video you sent me was insane. It definitely caught my eye. I saw a sinister with 5 nodes and start. Yeah, that's the one you sent me. Haven't tried it, but I did Icarus, my favorite. Yeah. One would think Kabam would overhaul 2050 achievements first, but they... Yeah, I imagine they have their reasons for picking. Like, I don't think it's just random. I don't think they, are throwing darts at a dartboard or something. I'm sure they have their logic and their reasons. And I would imagine it has... I don't know. I really don't know. Anything I would say would just purely be guessing.
Mm-hmm.
That would be kind of fun, though, to put up all the champions who've gotten buffed and see if there is a pattern to it in some way, shape, or form.
Oh, you asked me to tell you when you were using that.
When I was using what?
Way, shape, or form. That's your second one today.
Oh, really? In some way, shape, or form? That's funny. I'm sure I have a lot more.
Yeah. You and me both.
Oh, no. Oh, okay, I lucked out. I thought I was fighting Mephisto, and I forgot to use the pre-fight. Oh, hey, I did have a Mr. Fantastic pre-fights just completely fail in war.
Yeah, they fail more often in war. It's weird, because I almost never have them fail in content, but in war, it's like a 50% chance. It's really annoying.
Do they fail even if you went to confirm they're on?
I haven't had that happen in a very long time.
Okay. And if they fail, if you use them and they just don't work, even if you check and confirm and they're not on, there's nothing you can do about it, right? It's just now you know that they're not going to work?
No, you can back out and they will show up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How many of these things do we have?
Yeah, well. Okay.
Why do I not have the key? Oh, do I have to claim the key? Oh,
you get one key for your first. Yeah, you have to claim. Okay.
It's about to start complaining. Why don't I have a key? Because you have to go get it. All right. Yeah, War is so bugged. It really is. It really is. I feel like they're just kicking the can down the road, but I think it's probably because they're really truly working on something awesome, or at least they're trying to do something awesome. I think they're aware. I think they're 100% aware. Like, they take care of this game. This game's their baby. So I'm just trying to be patient with it and enjoy it for what it is now, which I know can be really frustrating and very difficult. Easy to say, hard to do.
I do agree, Krusty. Electra has to be on the list. Although Luke's buff is old enough now that I'm not sure it fully counts. That's like almost Century era.
Yeah, you know what? Someone reminded me of some of the champions that have been buffed, and I
like Juggernaut.
I don't even remember that. That's right.
He didn't used to be stun immune, and he didn't have that stagger.
That's correct. That is absolutely correct.
And even Rhino has technically been buffed.
I guess we'll do this. Because that was only 2 generic 6 stones, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that feels weird to not take those, but... Well, I guess if you did this 7 times, that would be 14. That's not bad. If you're going for 6 shards, I would recommend saving 4 entries in the first quest for 4 keys. I'm sure that makes sense. I don't know. All right. I would use your keys this week, Vega. So, Jacob, in the Rift I'm using them in, like what I just did. Cosmic Ghost Rider is a bad champion to try to look up. It's generic 5 stars. Oh, Jacob, then I definitely don't want that. Thank you so much. Not that there's anything wrong with 5 stars. That's just not where I'm at right now. I felt like the Seinfeld. Not that there's anything wrong with that. What's going on? Senpai, what's going up? How are you doing, man? Thank you so much for coming by. Summer Bots Crystal. Champs with good abs. Only if there's a dad bod one. We just get like Red Guardian, Immortal Abomination, Kingpin. I'd love it. For instance, with new champ or with Iron Fist overall, give her stacking armors and make the... Ooh, that would be nice. That would be really nice. I know there's a lot of Iron Fist fans out there who I think actually really like the regular Iron Fist or traditional or whatever the term is costume. I'm sure you can already tell. I do not. I really like the Immortal one, though. So I wish the Immortal one was more available, and that would be the one they would buff. Let me ask you a question regarding CGR. How many times in facing end-level content have you gone to CGR? I think it depends on what you mean by end-level. Because, like, 7.1, 7.2, I've definitely used him. I know I did in 7.1, and I actually really enjoyed it. I would not want to bring him into Abyss, and I didn't even consider him for Gauntlet. I didn't even consider him. I've seen some people use him and use him really well, and someone asked me to try to use him for Summer of Pain Rogue, and I saw it and I thought, okay, here's a way this could potentially work. And after like 5 attempts, I just quit out. I was like, yeah, I can't do it. Yeah, I think a better player could do it. But I cannot. Slayer, what about you? Speaking of better players who know CGR well, how often do you use him in, like, did you use him in Gauntlet or anything like that? I mean, he's amazing. He obviously can do it. I just think there's maybe a skill requirement that I don't have with him to use in that sort of content. Duke, yeah, that's right. You were one of the people who was telling me about how bad he can wreck Gauntlet. Definitely 7.1 and 7.2. Yeah, I used him myself. Senpai, my family's doing great. Thank you for asking. Yeah, the 200%. Yes. So that's definitely true. All of this is without the power back boost. Which are, I guess they are a little bit more, maybe I don't need to guard them quite like I once did with those arena crystals now. It feels like you can get those a little more easily. But that being said, I love using CGR for stuff like this. I think yeah, and I think Munash did as well. But again, that's a skill level that maybe one day I can try to get there. I didn't use him in Gauntlet, but he can do a good 20% off easy, and he can handle a lot of Abyss fights. Damnation is very strong. He's just much you can be out. Yeah. So to me, that's like, you can say that about a champion. They're an amazing champion. I have a rank 3 CGR. I don't go to him first or second. So it's Fluffy Pig Monster. So this is interesting, and this is cool. So I'm probably going to do a video on like my favorite champions to play. Unfortunately, I've written down, I think it's close to 30 champions that are just like fun. Like I'm going to set up some rules though. Like they all have to also be effective. Like I have to be able to use them in competitive content. I'm going to also remove cheese, and I'm going to define cheese like. It can't be like electro cheese type of thing against, what is it, aggression fury or something like that. So I'm gonna have my own rules in a way. CGR is incredibly fun for me, so I do reach for him. Like I'm absolutely enjoying being able to use him right now. And I think if he's not fun for a person, I think they're gonna kind of go a different direction. Metal Sonic Dude, what is wrong? Is it wrong for you to like Overseer? No, it's not. I actually really want him, but a lot of that is my like just wanting. I like Hulk, and I like that he's got a beard. I'm sure no one's surprised by that, and so I want to like him, and I'd like to get one so I can mess around and test him out. Are you liking him for those sorts of reasons, or are you starting to think there's something there in his kit? Maybe he's going to be an effective champion for us.
I'm definitely convinced he's underrated. I just don't know how underrated.
What do you? Is there any particular part of his kit that you're like, I think this might be really good or better than we realize, or is it just like a general? The kit looks good to you. You'd like to see it more.
A little bit of both. What was I thinking?
It's hard, right? You're playing, and then all of a sudden you're in the conversation.
Yeah. Did do pretty good work on the boss, but I timed out the first time. He just was not throwing those specials.
This is Tiger versus APOC?
No, Guardian versus APOC. I've been forcing myself to learn that matchup because I want to keep Tiger free for war.
Nice. Oh, you're an AQ.
Yeah. Striking you. I think that the burst of damage he can do, that's part of the issue, is that he kind of feels like another science champ where you maybe want high sig. I don't know how to feel about that part.
That's just science.
Yeah. I mean, the immune to Nullify, Fate Steal, and Stagger, and immunity to Poison instantly makes him interesting to me, because one of the reasons that Thing has been, I think, consistently an underrated attacker is because those immunities come up more often than not. And so he's kind of like the poison immune to Thing's bleed immune. I could see them being like two sides of the same coin there. And Thing really comes up a lot, and it feels like he probably has more easy access and is less reliant on synergies than Thing. I don't know. I haven't really dug into him yet, but from what I've heard, I'm convinced he's at least a little underrated. MSD is saying I think he's above average, but just like his kit, cool and easy to use. Fair enough.
That sounds good to me. I like cool and easy to use. Taters, dude, what is going on, man? How are you? Thank you so much for stopping by. We miss you, by the way. Everyone misses you a lot. I'm sure you know that. Or at least I hope you know that. CGR needs his specials and armor breaks. Bus. CGR needs his specials and armor breaks. Bus not as much. Got it. This isn't like a Red Goblin thing where he was genuinely good, but shout out, I think it's good, but nothing crazy. I just want to. Yeah.
That sounds fair.
Yeah. That makes sense. Like, I like that. And I think it was you who kind of said something similar to that when I was talking about the buffs, and I'm like, I'm getting a little bored of them. I also get it. Like it's a lot easier for me to get bored of them,
Right.
just because I typically have options, right? And so I'm not saying I want them to stop. It's just like, I'm not as excited. Then of course Diablo comes out, and I'm all excited. But I think that's good. Like the more champions that are like good, the more champions that we have in what I call premium, meaning like, yeah, go ahead, rank them up. You can use them for things. They might be really fun, or they might have utility, or DLI. I'm not gonna. I don't. In fact, you're right here. Why would I put words in your mouth? Like, do you mind kind of saying like what you were talking about of like people finding uses and enjoying that?
Yeah, I mean, actually, unfortunately, I just thought of a much better metaphor, which could get a little weird. But basically, my idea for the world working perfectly would involve you being able to go into whatever line of work made you happiest and earn enough of a living to survive. But without going further into that, that's also kind of how I think that this game should be balanced. I think that you should be able to fall in love with any of these champions and be like, oh my god, I just love playing this person. This is the kit I want. This is the rotation I want. This is the moveset I want. This is the character that I love from the comics or the movies or the TV shows. They're so cool. They speak to me, and they should be functional for at least something in content. And I don't mean like if you are an absolute top tier player and you are constantly practicing with them, then you can force a square peg into a round hole to clear content with them. I mean, like, every single champion should it be at least somewhat functional.
Yeah.
And I think that the buffs are doing a good job of moving in that direction. Because, like, Maw is not a top tier mystic. I don't think War Machine is a top tier tech, but both of them look usable now. And both of them look like you can absolutely use them to clear content.
Yeah. Hold on, a couple of people. Someone's heading out. Oh, dear Highline, thanks so much for coming by, everybody. I really appreciate it a lot. Have a great one. Hope it cools off a little bit.
No kidding.
Or you enjoy that level of heat. I don't know. Taters, fam was good. Weekend vacation. And it was a disaster. I was getting excited. But now that you can say you've got the memories and you're laughing about it, sounds like maybe it was okay. MSC.
Hey, this is Tanker. I just wanted to really quickly
what's
hop
up,
on
dude?
before you do this anymore. My recommendation is if you are going for 6-star shards, not to use the keys in the quest that you're currently using them on, just because this is the quest with the highest opportunity for 6-star shards from a random perspective. There's like the 700 and the 1000. You have 25% chance of actually getting 6-star shards compared to quests like the first one where you only have like a 10% chance at 6-star shards, and random will likely get you the 5-star ones.
Okay, and so there's a limited amount of keys, obviously, it sounds like.
Right, there's only 4.
Oh, really? All right. Thank you. And I completely understand what you're saying earlier now, Spin, too. So thank you. I really appreciate it.
Glad to help.
Yeah. Jacob, what's Jacob talking about?
I think Taters taking a break.
Oh, got it. Senpai, that's the question. Okay. Bigger Taters, is it true that Lag is taking a break from... Yes, it is. Yeah, and I think that's kind of what we're going with. It sounds like he's just like, I think he's going on vacation or something like that. I think it's good. I think it's important that people do that. The guy also puts in a ton of time, not only to this game but to YouTube, and so I hope he comes back. I hope he comes back refreshed. And in a weird way, I took his spot. I'm actually in his PG and all that stuff. So I look forward to potentially playing alongside him in a month or two. Although I guess I didn't necessarily take his spot because Taters was there too.
JS is saying, I love with Karnak. He is not great, but I love playing with Karnak. He's not great, but I like the moveset. Yeah, that's kind of exactly what I mean, is that, like, you shouldn't feel like you're paying a heavy price when you just like playing with a character because you like the character. They don't all have to be Nick or Doom. As a matter of fact, I don't want them to all be Nick or Doom, but they should all be doable.
MSD, you joined. Yeah, dude, what was I'm just not as I don't even fully understand how Twitter works. But I saw on Twitter you did something in black and white, man. Was that in regard to the Summoner Showdown and the age limitation? If that's something you feel like talking about, I'm happy to hear it. If not, I totally respect it. Oh, okay. Worldbreaker, Black Hulk, Omega Prime. That's someone's name. Thank you. Welcome to the chat. Now I understand what Jacob was talking about so much better. Legacy 2.0? No, because you're supposed to get better with the iterations. It'd be like Legacy 0.1, 0.05, maybe. But I like it. I like your joke. Thank you very much. I made a similar joke when I joined the BG. Yeah. I'm having trouble following the chat. The chat started talking to each other, which is awesome. I love it. Showdown crushed me again, along with the other stuff that's not negative happening at the same time. So my eye. All right, buddy. I'm sorry to hear that. And this game, man, and how seriously we approach it, and I think social media in general, right? I'm not the first person to say it really can wear on you. And I make this mistake myself. So this is definitely I'm speaking from experience, and I'm definitely not perfect at it, but I think I have improved. Is like, people are going to make negative comments as much as I wish that, and they're not constructive. Like, I love constructive criticism. But some people that's not their thing, man. And you know what, the way YouTube's set up is they have a forum to make those comments, and it is what it is. Like, it's just part of the gig, and it's not a good part. It's not a fun part. But the one thing I've concluded is, if I draw attention to that, then in some ways I'm probably giving the person what they wanted. And the more attention to it I draw, the more I'm going to pay attention to it. So what I've chosen to do is I just ignore it. Like, I don't even delete it unless it's like hateful stuff that I don't want other people reading. So I'm like, yeah, I saw it. Cool. You made your thing. That's awesome. And then I just do everything I can to move on. And I read like the other comments that are so cool, or, hop in a Discord server with people I enjoy. Or if I truly just want to disconnect, turn this stuff off and go hang out with my kids, or get some work done or something like that. So I'm sorry that happens, but there's a lot, like, I you guys have heard me say this, I absolutely love my Discord server. I mean, I guess it's mine. It has my name on it, but I think it belongs to me and the moderators and everyone who's super active on that. I absolutely love that Discord server, and the way everyone interacts with each other and talks and is helpful. And that really helps me outweigh any of the negative stuff that comes up from a comment on a video or a tweet or anything like that. So yeah, I'm sorry that's happened, man. I just ignore the comments from DLS, which hate from one dude. I know. I
think loves throwing shade my way.
That was funny. Social media in general is getting toxic. I want to hang out and talk about just stuff, nothing controversial. We seem to want to make everything controversial. It's so tough, right? Spin was saying to use the keys here, right? That's what you're saying.
You're in week 2.
Oops. All right. What? At least I got to use them. I'm enjoying the social media conversation. Ooh, there is tier 4 CC.
There you go.
Let's still go for the 6-star shards. Everyone is nice except work. Yeah, so that's been really funny. For those who don't know, I am not active on the Kabam forums. I just not like. I totally get what people are. This is just a truly. I've just never been active on those forums. So it's been really funny to learn about like what for me are like the secret lives of so many of my friends and the things that you all do there. You're not active on the forums, are you, DLL?
No. I made posts back in the old days when I was more active on Reddit as well, but it's been a long time.
Yeah. Kabam forums mostly Kabam apologists. Fair enough. I enjoy watching my TV while drinking water, to be honest. Love it. Thank you so much. That's awesome. I'm drinking a little water myself. We did get some orange juice, so I got a little orange juice in there. But yeah. Jacob, you know what? I tried a couple times to have like thoughtful consensus building conversations on Twitter. And you know me. Like I'll be like, here's what I think, but I'm really not sure. I need more information from other people. And so I'm very open to the idea that like I'm wrong, or maybe my perspective is very limited. And I did that a couple of times on Twitter, and I will never do that again. Ever. Because I was clearly people either enjoyed it or they perceived it as we now get to attack this moron. And I was like, okay, this was not the fun, like, I'm going to learn some things. Maybe you learn some things. We'll share our perspectives conversation that I was hoping for. So now for Twitter, it's purely like, hey, I thought this was humorous. Or let's just say I am not looking to have conversations unless I'm directly asking for information.
Yeah. I got banned from a page the other day on social media for asking people to be a little kinder.
How dare you? There's no room for kindness here. Is that? I mean, what did they say? How does one explain that?
Well, basically, I'm not going to go into it too much, but I'm sure. I'm going to avoid specifics completely, but I'm sure people have seen those memes or tweets or whatever that end with, "It's amazing that people just don't get this." And I hate those so much because it's kind of like, to look at the Game of Thrones thing where, Ed Stark says anything after the but is worthless in a sentence.
Yeah.
I feel like anything that comes before "it's amazing people don't get this" is worthless if you're actually trying to get people to get it. Because you've said you're not interested in consensus building, you're just flexing on people.
You're also, I think, implying like, listen, moron, I'm going to say this as simply as possible. Like, I think the setup there is insulting at best.
It's so condescending. And so I was basically like, hey, can we not, if we're trying to get people to actually think some of the same things we do or find some common ground? And I was told to get off my high horse and then banned.
There it is. The conversation on Twitter has been hysterical. The people like us can't be on Twitter. I'm like that too. Yeah, it's like why I love Discord, but like Twitter, it's just like I do enjoy going on there to heart various people's things and like be supportive. And I know him. I believe I think is King, and I apologize because I don't know his name. But like I recently found out like he's from Portugal and he's Portuguese and he like translates a lot of the stuff into Portuguese. That's really cool. And so like I often have no idea what he's writing, but I'm like, I like that he's doing this. And so I'll do that, or just catching up with like, again, so many of the people that I can see in this chat where you guys will post something. I'm like, oh, that was really cool. I enjoyed seeing that solo or that crystal opening or their thought on this. But yeah, thoughtful conversation, that's not it. Which I guess makes sense too, right? Like the platform used to be limited to however many characters, like 150 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, for me, it's like memes for the most part. They're very funny, but very rarely does anyone actually learn anything from it, right? Like, it's just more a way of telling someone, you're dumb. All right. Getting away from the comment, one of the reasons I came to your stream is because we usually talk about games. So many streamers talk about nothing related to anything. Yeah. We'll get back to the game. Speaking of which, I'm hoping to have enough crystals. Maybe if the chat wants, we'll open up a 6-star. I feel a little bad that Z's not here, though. I feel like he should be here for that.
To make fun of you.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I actually kind of am still sticking to my plan.
Which one? Sorry.
the last one I came up with. Because I don't think I'm going to open any for this featured.
Okay.
I'm not. I have who I want. And
yeah, you have most of who I want.
Yeah, unless they put like magic in there or something. And I know me. There's no way I'm going to make it all the way till the following featured. There's no way.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Sorry to make fun of her if she's watching, but it's like Cat Murdoch got a Nexus 6-star crystal last night, and she was like, well, maybe I'll just hold it until Medusa's in the basic pool. And I'm like, Cat, even if she's in the next feature, that means you're holding on to that Nexus for 97 days. How much willpower do you have? Because that would be more than I do.
We're short. Yeah, absolutely. Agreed. I saw that comment and I was very supportive of... Oh, right on. I love using Spider-Gwen. That's, I forgot about Spider-Gwen in my fun to play. That list just got longer. What's up, Campo? Does everyone want to see? I'd like to do it. Let's do one. Let me see if I can open up a 5-star and get... Yeah. Okay, let's pop open a 5-star. And then we'll get... we should watch. This will be one of the times I don't get a max sig somehow. Good. So we got a max sig. So this should put us enough. I don't think I've seen that offer before. And then I think this will probably truly be the last one. Oh, well, then I guess 4th of July is probably going to have crystals in it. I got to open up the max sig crystal. My math was off.
Oh, you might have enough Grandmaster crystals. Good Lord.
All right.
I know you don't want to hear from
who?
The efficient side of me, but
yeah,
I feel like you need to open some 4-star Sig Stones and max more of those out. If you have any that aren't maxed, maxing them means more shards.
You're right. I think one day, like when we've streamed enough, because like the streams have been sporadic, and me, I love streaming. But I think one day, like when we've done that enough and we kind of just want to like hang out, I think I might do that. Be like, look, I'm just going to open up all these crystals. Really, we're just going to talk. We're going to talk about the game and theorize and have fun. And so I think I will do that because, yeah, there's been a big buildup on a lot of things like that. It's just, it takes time. And so when I sit down and I'm going to do MCoC stuff, I'm like, I can either play the game or I could make content. And, and doing that just doesn't fit in. So, I just wanted to thank you for making a gauntlet spreadsheet video, and I did check this like you should. Finished your run. That's awesome. That is absolutely great. I'm gonna ask. You didn't say, but I'm still gonna ask. How did it go? How were your rewards? I hope they were excellent. And yeah, we had a lot of fun doing that. A lot of the people who've been in this chat, obviously DLL on the call, put in a lot of time to making that and putting in their runs and videoing them and tracking their revives and who they use. So I could not be happier to hear that it worked out well for people. That's awesome. Thank you for letting me know. What's up, Luca? And I'm sorry, everyone. So we're going to open this and then we're going to, this will be it for the day. And yeah, J-Nick, we got to ban. No, I don't want to ban J-Nick. I like him too much. But on the 4th of July, we got to like make him open his after us or before. I think we should get together as a group, decide when he should open his, and make sure he doesn't steal all our luck. All right, let's open this. I'll be honest, I am totally hoping for Immortal Hulk, or potentially, obviously, Nick Fury, but I know he's not coming my way. So,
Or a Tiger Dupe. Always a Tiger Dupe.
yeah, so Tiger Dupe would be very nice. Immortal Hulk, I know Fury's not coming, but I'll at least say Fury because it'd be fun to say it. And then I think this will be it till 4th of July. Here we go. Interesting. Interesting. That could be a sign. Oh, Mojo. I would have loved Mojo. You're right, Spin. He's up to SIG 80. Let's hope that SIG is really important on this guy and that he is better than Nick Fury, right? That's what we all want. Senpai, it should be in the description to this video or to this stream. And I'm sorry, because I don't know how to just send that if there's a way. But it's also in the description of all my videos and things like that.
Hold on, I can do that real quick.
Yeah, but it's a great place. It's, I think, supportive and inclusive, and it's a great place to go and try to get better at the game. Like, you can ask questions, and I like it. I learn a lot from it. So,
There's so many. Sorry, go on.
My God, look at they pulled a 6-star Archangel from their gauntlet. That's incredible. Congratulations. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, who cares about the rest of the rewards, dude?
Yeah, at that point,
that's amazing.
You're just happy. And then it sounds like my boy Taters is streaming. So let's raid him. I don't usually do raids, but Taters is an awesome guy. Yeah. Everyone, absolutely take care. Sorry, I got a little lost in something. I got a few messages. Thank you so much, everybody. Really, really appreciate it. This was a ton of fun. I don't think we'll be back tomorrow because the fact of the matter is I just don't play that well on stream, and I would like to try to get the Summer of Pain done and get a video on it on a champion that maybe we're not seeing used as frequently. And then I'd like, yeah, it's just another thing. It's about getting better. It's like practice. And then hopefully we're back on Thursday. I'd like to kind of get doing this. I'm trying to work on some things. So the intention is to stream as much as possible. It's just summer and my kids are out of school. So thank you everyone who stopped by. Of course, thank you OG Highline for the chat. I appreciate it as always. And DLL, thank you so much for being on call. Anything you want to add, buddy?
No, I'm good. Take care, all.
Cool. Take care, everybody. See you soon.